Welcome to another edition of the Breath of Fresh Air webcast on YouTube. I am Charles Taylor, and I have Patrick Brackett with me for this episode. Say what's up to the people, Patrick.
Hey, all you Dolphins fans, dude, those uniforms are horrid. Ugh.
They,
What's
they
up?
do they do look like orange sherbet running around there. So
Yeah, dude. Ugh. I think Cleveland's got them beat right now, dude.
no, it ain't never nothing that
Yeah,
bad.
nothing's
But
ever gonna beat the Ricky stain they got on their jerseys. Ugh. Smell
well,
that Atlanta, dog.
well, well, we have a lot of topics to get to tonight. So, Patrick, let's go ahead and jump into them. We'll start with college football first, and there's some big games this weekend. So, let's jump into the three major ones since these are all featuring top 10 teams. And let's start with the Stanford and Washington game to be played Friday night. So, who do you have for that one?
Whew.
And what's the
Dude.
score?
Ah, Stanford and Washington. Look, this is gonna be a good game, dude. I don't think it's gonna be like a shootout or anything like that. Um, this is gonna be a good game, man. Probably one of the best ones you're gonna see all weekend. I'm gonna roll with Stanford with this one, and I'm 28-24 Stanford.
Sounds good. You know what? I think I got Stanford too. It's gonna be close. I want to see what Washington's coming with. I know
It's
Washington
definitely
was
gonna
highly
tell.
ranked. Yeah, I mean they were highly ranked and they really hadn't played anybody. I mean they've run up the score on Idaho and Portland State or whoever else they played, and they struggled to get out of Arizona with a victory last week. So this is the test here. Stanford, defending Pac-10 or excuse me Pac-12 champions. So let's see what Washington's made of. The game is in Seattle. I do think also, just like you, it will be close. I have Stanford winning probably by a lower score, though. I think I'll pick 20-17 Stanford. It would not surprise me if Washington was able to pull this out, but yeah, I have Stanford winning 20-17. I just think the physicality of Stanford and them being in more bigger games than
Yeah,
Washington, I think that will come to fruition in this game. But again, if Washington wins, won't be surprised.
I won't be either. I can tell you watching both of these teams play this season. I can tell you the determining factor, my opinion, determining factor is it's going to start with the offensive line on either team. I mean, if they can get if the offensive line gets any if the defensive line, sorry, gets any push, that team is going to win. Stanford has a big O line, and Washington has a huge D line. So it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to start there, and whoever's more physical, man. This is going to be a physical game. Um, I expect a lot of cramps. That's what I expect. But it's gonna be a good game. I'm really comfortable with my score, 28-24.
Yeah, and to see if Christian McCaffrey can make a play for Stanford, maybe on special teams, if not on offense. Uh, I do think he'll get his, and probably a play that he makes probably be the difference. So I don't
It's
know.
gonna happen late in the game. He'll get that breakout play that's late in the game, and that'd be the determining factor right there.
All right. Well, we're in agreement for that one for Stanford and Washington. So we got Stanford. Both of us have Stanford winning by close games, close scores. Um, the next game, Wisconsin and Michigan. Now, Wisconsin, of course, is a surprise to you and I. I mean, again, we thought they were going to get beat by LSU, but they beat LSU. And last week, they're coming off of the game at Michigan State where they beat them 30-6. So now they come into Ann Arbor looking pretty good, solid team. Uh, don't beat themselves. I don't know. We could count on our hand how many penalties they've committed this year. Super disciplined. And they're facing a Michigan team that has been hyped up by a lot of people. A lot of people think they're going to win the Big Ten title. And so far, they've been looking pretty good. So, who do you have in this one?
Well, like you said, Washington is a huge surprise. I thought they were going to get blown out by
Wisconsin.
LSU. What did I say? Washington? I'm still in the last game. All right.
It's okay.
Wisconsin. There we go. Now we're fast forward. Very physical team, like you said, disciplined. Dude, they have like -3 penalties against them. They don't commit penalties at all. This team is like super disciplined. The only team that I told you this before, the only team I thought that was even as close discipline to this Wisconsin team was Louisville. And but Wisconsin is very, very, very disciplined. That's going to have to continue. I'm going with Michigan, and I got to stay true to my pick. Like I told you, Michigan about 5 weeks ago. I said Michigan wasn't. I didn't pick Michigan to win their conference based on the hype. I picked Michigan to win this conference because of the defensive coordinator, and I still feel that this defensive coordinator is one of the best in the game. I think that he will have his team disciplined. 30-6 is not going to happen. I got Michigan 30-27.
30-27. All right. Well, I have Michigan too. Just like the Stanford and Washington one, I feel like this one will be a little bit more lower scoring. I got Michigan winning. I'm gonna go 24-17. And I think what's gonna happen, you mentioned Michigan's defense. If you can put Wisconsin in third and long situations that can make them a little bit more one-dimensional, I think Michigan has a little bit more athleticism and a little bit more depth on their team than what Wisconsin's coming with. It will be a tough game, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll go down to the wire, but I do think Michigan can do a little bit more on offense, and I think their defense will be stout against Corey Clement and the running game that Wisconsin brings. And when they're able to get them into those third and long situations, Michigan can be a little bit more exotic with their looks on third and longs, and they can dial up pressures, mix in some zone coverages, mix in some other zone blitz packages, and cause some turnovers. So I think that'll be the difference. I think Michigan will be able to. They can force Wisconsin to be a little undisciplined, or more so than what we've been seeing from Wisconsin throughout the year. And I think because they can create maybe a turnover or two, I think that's what will put Michigan over top. So I have Michigan 24-17.
I like the pick. And you're right about Michigan being able to force Wisconsin into being undisciplined. Michigan State almost done it on numerous occasions. It's just Wisconsin, it's just that Wisconsin was able to dial it back in the nick of time kind of thing.
They got some big plays themselves too.
Yeah.
Because they had a fumble return for a touchdown in that game. Wisconsin, I'm talking about. So they forced some big plays themselves on defense, and that's where it got away.
And it can happen. I mean, don't get me wrong. It can happen to Michigan too. And I mean, it's going to be one of those games where I fully feel this could go. It could go either way. I mean, Wisconsin has proven that they can hang with the best by beating Michigan State and LSU on top of that. So can they win? Absolutely. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I don't think either way is going to be a blowout. I think Michigan, like you said, can force that extra turnover, whether it be a pick six or a fumble or a late turnover in the fourth quarter, something like that. It's really going to come down to that. I think it's going to be a good game. I don't think it's going to be as good as the other one we talked about, but this one's going to be a pretty good game. I'll be tuned in on this one too.
I think it's just one of those throwback games. I think it's going to be smash mouth. You got two good defenses coming after each other, two good running attacks. Yeah, it's going to be one of those throwback games. So I kind of look forward to that one.
Yeah.
Well, The third game that features top 10 teams is Louisville and Clemson. This might be the shootout, baby.
Oh yeah, this gonna be a shootout.
Yeah. You have two high-powered offenses going at it with each other. Louisville, of course, is coming out of nowhere. They were setting records, it seemed like, every week. And then, of course, they had the blowout win over Florida State that really put them on the map. Now, here's another game where they have a chance to make a statement. This one's on the road in Death Valley, as they call it there in Clemson. So who do you have for this one?
Well, don't get me wrong, dude. That Louisville offense is potent. I mean, fantastic. But the sheer fact that it's being played in Death Valley, one. Two, I got to go with my pick, dude. Got to. I got Clemson. And dude, you saying this was a shootout? This is no joke, dude. I'm going crazy. I'm probably going crazy on this score. Probably, I don't know. 53-47, Clemson.
53-47. Man, well, look, those offenses, they are potent.
And those defenses are not. So,
well, no, I think the defenses are underrated, though. I think they're pretty quick in their own right. They don't get the pub, of course, that you'll get from a Louisville and Clemson offense, but those defenses, they can hold their own. So because of that, I don't have it low scoring, of course. I mean, I have Clemson winning also. Because I think they'll start to come together. Looks like they're starting to look like the team we saw last year. And I think they'll do enough to be able to contain Lamar Jackson, because Lamar Jackson's been absolutely unstoppable for Louisville. But I think Deshaun Watson, who's starting to look more like the person a lot of people thought would win the Heisman Trophy at the beginning of the year, starting to look pretty good. And I think they'll control the ball a little bit with the running game, because they have an underrated running game. I'll give Clemson I'll go 33-30. I think it'll be like 33-30. Again, just like with the Stanford and Washington and the Wisconsin-Michigan game, wouldn't surprise me at all if one of the other teams won. But I think Clemson will be able to pull it out, and home field will be huge for them.
I agree. It's simple. Home field advantage, man. Death Valley, that's a hard place to win in anyway. But if somebody can do it, it definitely could be Louisville. So it's going to be an interesting game. Top 5 game. It's going to be interesting.
Well, Patrick, do you have any, before we move on to the NFL, do you have any upset alerts to look at?
Upset alerts. Not really. I mean, I can probably pick out a few good games that I'll probably watch just because. Obviously I'll probably peek in on that Texas Oklahoma State game, of course. Gotta watch my pick on that and watch Stan's pick go down, which obviously is pretty much already out of the competition at this point. Georgia Tech, Miami. That one kind of interests me a little bit. Georgia Tech got pretty much beat off the map last week, but they have a chance to redeem themselves with Miami. So, I think it'd be an okay game. I still got Miami winning that one, but I'll probably peek in on that one. But the one that interests me the most is South Carolina and Texas A&M.
Is that your upset alert for the week?
I would say if I was to pick an upset alert, I really don't know if I want to put them on upset alert yet, because it is South Carolina. But if I was to pick one, I would say South Carolina and Texas A&M. Plus, they're playing in South Carolina, and that's a hard place to win. SEC, SEC game. If I was picking upset, that won't be the one I pick.
Man, I'm going Memphis and Ole Miss. Because we know, Memphis, they beat Ole Miss last year. Now they got this game in Oxford this year, so we'll see. But Yeah, Ole Miss, watch out for them. And there was look, Georgia's beating Tennessee, dude. I'm saying it. I'm calling it. They are beating Tennessee. Here's the thing, man. Besides the simple fact that Georgia was my pick to win the SEC East, Tennessee. I think the win over Florida, combined with how Georgia got smashed in Ole Miss last week, Georgia's going to come out enthused. The game is in Athens. They're going to come out, I think, like a house of fire. Now, we'll see if Tennessee can withstand it because they have proven throughout the year to be a better second half team, which is what they used against Florida. But
and everybody else.
But I think that win, I think that was it's one of those really emotional wins. Think about how dominant Florida has been over Tennessee over the years. Just like we said last webcast when we were talking about the last time Tennessee beat Florida was when Tim Tebow was playing baseball in high school. So it's been a long time since the folks up in Knoxville could celebrate a victory over Florida. Let's see if they party too hard for this game coming up in Athens. It'll be a good one. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think it'll be a good one, but I got you.
It would be a good game. I mean, can Georgia win? Yeah, they could. I mean, they can put up some numbers if they want to, but it just depends on if they want to. I mean, I guess with a couple of things, man. Maybe Tennessee's looking ahead to Texas A&M. Because they'll have Texas A&M, and then I think they got Alabama the week after that. So, it's a hard stint for them. It was pretty physical game with Florida last weekend. I mean, I can see where your pick is. I'm still riding Rocky Top, man. I don't. There's too many questions in Georgia, man, and they just are not answering them, man. The only team that is more consistent or that's less consistent than Tennessee is Georgia, dude. Georgia's had 3 good quarters all year. 3. At least Tennessee's had 2 good halves. Georgia's had 3 good quarters, and they're all different quarters. One was the first quarter, the next one was second quarter, and the next one was the third quarter. So how consistent is that? I don't know, man. I'll stay with Tennessee. I think it's going to be a good game, though. I think it would be close. I got 27-24 Tennessee, but I hope I get to slap the crap out of myself for picking them and Georgia wins. So, but I got Tennessee.
Yeah, and I got Georgia like 30-27. Yeah, that Memphis Ole Miss, they said I think Ole Miss will win the game. But yeah, that's that alert. That was the
alert, though. I don't blame you. They'll probably run that score up to 50 to nothing, and then blow it in the second half and lose 53-50. Wouldn't surprise me none. They'll blow every game all season except for the one they play against Georgia. Jerks.
And look, Patrick, just like we said before, man, it didn't matter. I don't think it would have mattered if it was Georgia.
I don't care who it was. I don't care if it was Georgia. I don't care if it was Clemson. I don't care if it was Florida. I don't care if it was out. Nobody was beating Ole Miss last week. Nobody. I don't care who it was. Nobody was doing it.
Well, Patrick, let's move on to the NFL. Any games piquing your interest this week?
There's a couple. There's a couple, I guess. Obviously, Carolina and Atlanta is going to be a good game because that's way different than I thought it was going to be. I'm sitting here looking at them. Give me a second. There was one I want. Crap. There was one game I have to see. I have to find it. I can't remember who was playing. Buffalo and New England. I think this is going to be a good game. Buffalo coming off this big emotional win last week. New England, the fact that they can win with Gatorade jugs out there at quarterback. I got New England winning, but I think Buffalo can create some havoc in that backfield for whoever quarterbacks, whether it be the person with box seats or whoever. It ain't gonna. I mean, I don't think it's gonna matter. But I think Buffalo can create some havoc, force New England to do some crazy turnovers. I guess that would be my upset alert, maybe.
Well, Rex Ryan is good to throw together some sort of a game plan to try to cross up New England. Uh, yeah, that could be an interesting game. I'm still. I think New England still wins by 2 touchdowns. I mean,
No, I do too. I mean, probably New England. I mean, honestly, I think I got them. What was my score? 28-10. So 18. I got one by 18 points. So I mean, I think Buffalo can do something. Just throw them off their game a little bit, but no, 28-10. I got New England winning.
I mean, I root for Buffalo because I do not like New England, but you gotta acknowledge. Yeah. I mean, you got to acknowledge beast when they're beast, and New England is a beast, man, and they're gonna be. I mean, we both think they're gonna win, so that means they would be 4-0, and they're getting Tom Brady back, and he's gonna be hot when he comes back. Oh, well, it's a couple of games. Okay, obviously, I mean, since I'm a 49ers fan, I want to see how we do against Dallas. We have Kansas City and Pittsburgh. It's another interesting one on Sunday night. I want to see how Pittsburgh responds. They got blown out in Philly last week. I
know,
mean,
right?
housed in Philly
by a tanking team, and they still couldn't win.
Well, Phil, you know what? Hey, Philadelphia. The funny thing about it is, it did look like Philadelphia was tanking because, I mean, shoot, we both said they were going to be hot trash. But man, they have simplified things, and they are just playing some good ball at Carson Wentz. I mean, he's looking pretty good right now.
He's good, dude. I mean,
I liked him more than Jared Goff. I do know that much. I thought I would have picked him.
More than half the quarterbacks in the league, dude.
Well, yeah, true.
Good quarterback, man. I mean, some of these quarterbacks that's getting paid millions and millions and millions upon millions of dollars to go out there and throw 4 interceptions and 6 interceptions. Fitzpatrick throw 6 interceptions, and he paid what? At least Wentz is scoring touchdowns, dude. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, Fitzpatrick scoring touchdowns, but it's for the other team.
Ryan Fitzpatrick. Ugh.
What a waste. That's a waste of it. Dude, and that's a mouthful to even say his name.
Unfortunately for this week, I think he'll probably throw another 3 or 4 interceptions against Seattle. But, I mean, because you know me, I can't stand Seattle, but
he'll at least throw 2. He'll at least throw 3 with 1 pick 6.
Ugh. Another game. Another game that is catching my eye is the Monday Nighter. The Giants and the Vikings. And I want to see if the Vikings can carry on this momentum from shutting down 2 of the best quarterbacks in the league. Shut down Aaron Rodgers on a Sunday night game. Shut down Cam Newton, 8 sacks last week. And I honestly see a lot of the same. I think they're going to get after Eli Manning too. So I like Minnesota in that game too. It'll be interesting to see how I want to see how many sacks they can get on Eli, honestly. That's what I think. Because, if you get pressure on Eli, he'll throw some picks.
Oh, yeah. And I can tell you right now, man, I'm saying, dude, the one thing that would surprise me after this game, the only thing that would surprise me after this game is if Eli does not retire.
He's not retiring, Patrick.
Dude, he's going to do so many push-ups. He'll be picking himself up off the ground like almost every play. They're going to show it at the end of the first quarter. How many rushes, how many sacks, and how many knockdowns. And this dude's going to have more knockdowns and more sacks than he does pass attempts.
The Minnesota defense is pretty nasty, man. I mean, them and Denver's D, man. I mean, the way they're bringing pressure toward teams and getting after the quarterback, they might be the two best right now. I mean, well, New England's defense, I think they're underrated. They don't get a whole bunch of pub, but New England plays some pretty good defense. And yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, Carolina's defense is normally pretty good. They just haven't been getting the turnovers. But man, Minnesota's defense, man, they're sending a message. And their defense was pretty good last year in their own right. It was just a matter of can they get some points going. Sam Bradford is actually playing pretty good. We got to see how long that continues, as long as Adrian Peterson is going to be out. But it's pretty surprising to me, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, Patrick, so let's get to this Dez Bryant story. So, the Dallas Cowboys wide receiver apparently did not show up to get the MRI done on his knee on Monday. He missed the team meeting on Tuesday. He finally did the MRI on Wednesday, and it is discovered that he has a hairline fracture on his knee. So you're hearing reports if he rests, it'll be about a 3-week injury. They're not expecting him to play in the game in San Francisco. But when asked, or I guess when people were asking the reasons why he missed the MRI session on Monday, apparently Dez Bryant was scared of getting bad news, so he didn't show up. The head coach, Jason Garrett, apparently when he was asked about it on Wednesday, he wasn't that forthcoming. He was just like, "Oh no, I don't get into how things go with medical treatment." I guess they talked to him today, and then he gave those reasons, those same reasons that I just said, basically. And I'm paraphrasing here, but basically he was saying, yeah, he didn't want to do the MRI because he was scared that it was going to be some sort of a season-ending type injury, and he was scared of getting that news.
That's about dumb.
Oh. I mean, show up to get the MRI, dude. I mean, come on.
Yeah, just come get the MRI, dude. Regardless, you're not playing. Goober. That's about the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. What? Are you serious? I didn't even hear most of this. I knew that he was. I knew that there was an issue with him, but I didn't get to read the reason why or anything like that. But this is the reason why.
This is the reason why, man. I told you. Look, I told you. I told you I had you.
Dude.
That's basically what it boils down to. Now, here's the thing. Like, all right, if you're Dez Bryant, you need to go get the MRI, find out if you're hurt. Because the thing is, this is what happens sometimes when you think about the players. And my dad actually brought this up to me. And what it boils down to is liability. So let's say Dez Bryant doesn't get the MRI done. He goes ahead, he plays. And come to find out, he has a leg injury that just kind of got worse over time. Now, I'm not saying Dez Bryant would do this, but you have your share of players who would be like, oh, no, the team was negligent. And they'll go ahead and they'll make some excuses for why they didn't get the MRI done. And then ultimately you might have a lawsuit, like all the lawsuits you have right now going on against the NFL.
Yeah.
So if you're Dez Bryant, look, I get it. I understand. I mean, because we've all been there. We're not trying to go to the doctor if we don't feel like we have to go to the doctor. I think we were a little bit smarter about it nowadays. But I know, shoot, when we were in our younger days running all over the place, if we thought we had an injury, like, no, give me some duct tape, wrap that up.
Give me some
but you got a broken arm. Nope.
Yeah.
Duct tape.
Like I did my finger one time. I was like, give me a popsicle. I'll eat the popsicle. I'll put the popsicle stick between my fingers, wrap that stuff up with Scotch tape. Thumbs up. Let's go. I'll play. My coach thought I was an idiot. He goes, no. I was like, it works, coach. Look, I can't bend my finger. I'm good. I got a popsicle out of it. So I'm good.
and that's the thing, because I mean, we weren't trying to go to the hospital or to the doctor because we were probably afraid of getting that bad news, maybe having to wear a cast, maybe having to wear a splint of some sort or whatever, to where we wouldn't be able to play or run around for a few weeks. So I I get it. I mean, because we've been there. But dude, you get paid. You get
You're gonna get
you
paid
get
anyway.
right.
Get your
So
butt,
go
dude.
in there, get the MRI done, and see what happens. And I mean, okay, you got a hairline fracture, but and you sit out for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it is, and come on back. The injury apparently does not require surgery, so you just need to stay off of it. I mean, honestly, the way that tackle looked, I thought Dez Bryant was lucky just to have that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I saw the
That was a
tackle,
nasty looking tackle.
but man, oh yeah, you're absolutely right. He was lucky just to have that. I mean, but it go get the MRI done. Get it done so that you have it out of the way, and then yeah, it is what it is at that point. Come on, just go get it
Dez. And again, man, it's just one of those things, man, because I'm not, you know me, man. I'm not a Cowboys fan at all. But I do like Dez Bryant. I think Dez Bryant brings a lot to the table. He brings that passion to the table. He just, I don't know, sometimes he just kind of makes some boneheaded decisions. And it's like, man, come on, Dez.
done. I
Turn
know,
the
right?
corner.
He just make a dude. You can make it. You can make an entire skit of the "Come On Man" just off of Dez Bryant alone. I mean, dude, I can't wait till we start doing Dookie looks. I'm gonna be like Dookie look, Dez Bryant edition all day long, dude. But hey, you know what? Get your MRI, man. I mean, I'd much rather you play. I'd much rather you play it safe and go get the MRI than play like an idiot and something worse happens. And that's what's going to happen. I mean, you're playing on a fractured knee, dude. Something worse is going to happen. I mean, look, dude, you're not you can't do it, dude. I mean, it's like Tony Romo when he broke his back, dude. You broke your freaking back, dude. You're not going back out.
Yeah, gotta be smarter.
You gotta be smart, man. So,
Protect the players from themselves sometimes.
always.
Uh, well, last topic, Patrick. Let's talk a little bit about Major League Baseball. So, of course, the playoffs will start next week. So I'm sure we will really get into that when the playoffs are about to start next week. But anything catching your eye real quick? I mean, I guess the divisions, yeah, all the divisions are clinched. So really, it's just the wild cards.
Yeah, just waiting on the wild cards. I mean, it's go ahead and congratulate the Cleveland Indians. I mean, one heck of a season for Cleveland, apparently, not only in basketball, but now you got them in baseball. Sorry, your Dookie stains aren't making it in NFL, but hey, at least you got basketball and baseball. You know what I'm saying? But congratulations to the Indians, man. I mean, that's a it's a pretty tough division to win in, and they were able to pull it out, and they played some really good baseball. So congratulations to the Indians. Red Sox, man, clinching their division. I mean, did I call? I think I called Red Sox win that division,
Yeah, we both did.
but nothing came out of it. I mean, Kansas City didn't even show up for the year apparently, and then Texas, good job on them. So we're just waiting on the wild cards out of that one. And I'm going to skip the East because they didn't deserve to win. Chicago, good job, and Dodgers.
Patrick, no. Why didn't the Nationals deserve to win?
Because they're Nationals, dude. They suck. I don't care how many games. Look, they won 93 games, but they. Mm-mm,
Well, the
no.
thing about the Nationals, of course, Patrick, is I mean, because they're the overhyped team and they always do good in the regular season. But when they get into the playoffs, this is where they struggle. So
I ain't worried about it. They'll go out.
that's
They'll
what we're
go
waiting
out.
for. So that's what we're waiting for the Nationals. And then, of course, you got the Cubs and the Dodgers winning the division as well. So, yeah, wild card.
We'll wait for the wild card play-in game, which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. We'll wait for that. And I'm not even going to start ranting. I'm not even going to do it. I'm not going to rant about
You're
this.
not going to rant.
about that stupid game. It's a waste of time, waste of money, and a waste of 8 balls. Stupidest game I've ever seen in my life.
I can see
And
the
that
fire. No, you said you're not gonna rant.
I'm not gonna rant. I'm sorry. I'm stopping. Stupid game though. Make it a 3-game series. The MLB. Don't be jerks.
Yeah, I mean, look, Patrick. Yeah, I mean, to keep you from ranting. Yeah, I mean, but I do agree with you, man. I do wish it was at least a 3-game set or something. I mean, I feel like if you're if you're one of those teams who do make the wild card play in games or whatnot, at least give them a shot to fight it out or something. I mean, you got a 3-game series for that. And then, of course, you have the 5-game series in the division series round, and then 7 games. I don't see nothing wrong with that in a couple of games. So I agree with you there. But yeah, should be interesting. Those games, Tuesday and Wednesday, I think the wild card play in games are. So I'm sure we'll get on that. We'll talk about it, and then we'll break down how these division series are going to look. Of course, you and I have the picks of the Rangers and Cubs being in the World Series. I'm pretty sure we're still good with those picks, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Without a doubt.
Well,
I'm
that
only
will
bad
wrap.
when they go out.
Huh?
I said I'm only bad with the decision when they get beat.
Oh.
Until then, I'm good.
Well, that will wrap up this edition of the Breath of Fresh Air webcast on YouTube. Make sure you check us out on Facebook, on Google Plus, on LinkedIn, and on Twitter. So, Patrick, your handle is at the Freshness, right?
It's still at the Freshness. Yes.
All right, and I'm at and I'm at Chuck T All Star. Again, check it out. Give us some feedback. Again, man. I mean, we don't bite. So if you guys want to talk to us and let us know how we're doing, go ahead, throw that feedback on there, and we'll be sure to get back with you. Until then, until next week, everybody, enjoy the football, college and NFL, and enjoy the last few days of the Major League Baseball regular season. And we will see you next week. Oh, before I go, do you have anything else to add, Patrick?
No, man, I'm good.
All right. Well, everybody have a good weekend. Be safe out there. Take care, and we'll see you next week.